Welcome to the ADHD Parenting Solutions. My name is Laura Dawn, and I am one of your hosts for this incredible event. I'm so delighted to introduce you to the ADHD cutie, LaShawn Fairley. Welcome, LaShawn.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura Dawn. It's an honor to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. Can you let our parents know what your story with ADHD is?
I certainly can. My story began, I'm pretty sure, like many other parents, when I had my child, and he was diagnosed early at birth because he was born so premature. He was 2 months early. He was only 2.5 pounds. And taking him to his first pediatric appointment, they told me because he was so early and so underweight that he would probably have some developmental issues. And sure enough, just as he was going through his stages and phases of life, starting from even before he was 1, I could see the delays in just normal things that babies uh, learn to do, like, the falling on their bottom, the rolling over, learning to pull themselves up. Those things I was seeing delays in already. And so when he got to kindergarten, um, the first week the teacher noticed that there was something going on with him. He wasn't able to focus and concentrate or be still like many of the other kids. I mean, I know kindergartners are, they're energetic anyway, but he just like could not be still at all. And so she called me in because she too has ADHD and has a young child with ADHD. So she recognized it right away. Called me and told me what she thought, and I took him to the pediatrician. They referred him, and that's how we got his diagnosis. Well, fast forwarding through the years, we kept seeing more and more issues, always comments with his report cards and progress reports. And I was starting to hear some of those comments about myself on the job or even at home, especially the not being able to stay in my seat. That was always a comment on my evaluation that she's never at a desk. And so I did more research and found out the ADHD is highly hereditary. It's like, "Oh, okay, well, that would make sense." So I went and got my assessment, and so yeah, here I am.
So that's so common actually for moms to have their, especially moms, I think, to have
Mhm.
their diagnosis after their kids.
Mhm.
And often it's because ADHD presents differently in women than it or in
Yes.
females than it does in males.
Males,
So
yep.
so if dads have ADHD, it might have been diagnosed as a kid because they're more likely to have the hyperactive
Right,
component,
right.
whereas females are often the inattentive type, often,
Mhm.
not always.
Mhm.
Um, but in females, it's often it could be, anxiety, or they might think even depression, or they might just think they're like a daydreamer, or they're a
Mhm.
social
Mhm.
butterfly or something like that. And it is often missed in childhood.
Yes, yes.
So what did that feel like when you got that diagnosis?
For me, it was like an aha moment. I was so happy to know that there was something really, uh, officially going on, if you wanna call it that, and that it's not just the labeling and judging that other people see and that you hear all your life, because you really start to think that something is wrong with you,
Mm.
especially when that's coming from family or your close inner circle. It really, really stings when it's coming from there. And once I got the diagnosis, and I couldn't wait to tell them, "Hey, this is what's going on." And it's almost like they didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And I know it's because, they don't really know a lot about ADHD. A lot of people don't believe that adults have ADHD. Well, yeah, we do.
Mhm.
An ADHD adult is just an diagnosed ADHD child. That
Mhm.
that's what it is. They were never diagnosed, or they were diagnosed and nothing was ever done about it. And because ADHD, there's really no cure, it doesn't really go away. You can monitor your symptoms and, you know, calm them down. But they don't go away. So
It is.
I they just weren't understanding what they were seeing, and for a long time, neither was I. Neither was I. So
And when you have that diagnosis, you can understand that you have a neurobiological brain
yes,
difference,
yes, and
not.
nervous system.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So, what is it that you wish that the general public knew about ADHD? Because really, like you said, people don't understand ADHD. What do you wish people knew about it?
I wish they knew, first of all, like you said, that it is a brain thing,
Mm,
and it's not us being a faulty version of normal. It's not us just not having common sense. It's not us just not thinking things through and being impulsive and erratic. That's what you see, but there's so much more to it than that.
mm,
I want them to really understand what they see and try to understand it first before you judge. I know it can be frustrating dealing with an ADHD person, especially an ADHD adult, but try to have some understanding. Everybody's got something.
yeah.
We're just different. That's it. We are different. We process different. We think different. We feel different. We express different. So
So what has worked for you? What strategies really work for you? You have ADHD, your child has ADHD, and you're a single mama too. Is that right?
I am. Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
So what
Mhm.
works for you? What strategies really do you find helpful?
Um, Honestly, for me, we work well together, helping each other to stay neutral, to calm down, to
Mm,
be strong. So if he sees me getting too anxious, he knows how to calm me down. He just knows what to say, and I can do the same thing for him. So, but when he's not around, of course, I have to do it for myself because I have very high anxiety, and
mm,
mine is outward, where his is inward.
mm.
Um, that's another thing I want people to understand, that just because you and your kids both have ADHD doesn't mean you're going to have the same symptoms. It's
Yes.
not going to look the same. It's just not. And you may overlook things because you're thinking that they're supposed to look the same, but no, that's not always the case. But some specific things that I do would be, I absolutely love going on cruising. But if that's not an option, which it hasn't been, um, I watch a lot of cruising videos. I'll put on my favorite music, like Frankie Beverly and Maze. That's one of my top groups that I absolutely love. Um, I was raised in the church, very spiritual. Try to hold on to my faith when I'm really shaken or just it's too much. I put on Bishop T.D. Jakes. I definitely watch a lot of his sermons and messages on YouTube, on TV, wherever I can find him. Podcast, I have him everywhere because he definitely keeps my spirit strong. Prayer, of course. Sitting in a jacuzzi helps a lot too. That helps a lot when you just need that.
I love all the suggestions that you just made because they're really self-care. They're
Mhm.
spiritual, prayer, doing things that bring you joy,
Yes.
like a cruise or music. And that is
Hmm.
really important because we can get very wrapped up in doing all the things for our kids and
Yes.
forget to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So
A lot of
how,
times I would go away just on the weekends and I would take him with me.
Mhm.
And as he got older, we would have suites where he could have his own private space still, but we were away.
Mhm.
So there's no pressure. It's just being without the
Just
pressure.
I love that, just
Mhm.
being. Yeah, and changing the environment can be really, really nice too.
Yes.
Because in
Mhm.
your house, I know for me, I look around my house and I just will often see a great big to-do. There's
Mhm.
laundry, there's dishes, there's this
Mhm.
pile and that pile, and there's a pot, like, just right? But if you're
Mhm.
away,
Yeah.
there's oh, yeah, especially if
Yeah.
you don't have to do cooking and dishes if you're away.
Right. Right. Or especially if you have others in your house that are in need or that you're caring for, having that weekend away is just it gives you that restart, that refresh. Because you got to
Mhm.
recharge your batteries if you're taking care of people. You just do. You need that. You definitely need that. So many of us don't do that. We just care and provide and help, and you're just running on empty. You're running on fumes.
Well, speaking of weekends away, I thought I just read somewhere on your Facebook page that you're
Mhm.
planning a luxury experience. Can you tell us about this?
Yes, I can. I plan to do them all over. But right now, we're starting in Florida, since I am here in Florida, and Florida has a lot of luxury properties. These are mainly vacation mansions, and I've found a company to work with where they offer like somewhat of an all-inclusive package where they pick you up at the airport in luxury transportation, bring you to the mansion, greet you there. There's a butler, 24-hour butler that'll greet you there with either a glass of champagne or wine or something like that. There's a chef who prepares 3 meals a day. He'll even do snacks and appetizers if you incorporate that in your program, which I plan to do. There is a housekeeper who comes every day, but I believe it's just in the afternoons or something like that. There's a specific time of the day that she comes. She's not there all the time. Um, and I just want those women to, like I said, be able to get away like I do. The
Yeah.
weekends, get away and just be me, just have my time without the kids, no husband. You can bring your family, your friends, but we are going to talk and have some group sessions about your challenges and difficulties, either with ADHD or with executive function skills,
Mm,
which a lot of people don't talk about.
mm,
And a lot of people actually have issues with executive function skills and don't realize that that's what's going on. It doesn't always have to be ADHD.
mhm,
And so that weekend will give them that time to be able to open up and talk like we are talking because so many of them are just not comfortable. They've been so judged and shamed for
mhm,
so long, they're just embarrassed to talk about it, or that hurt is so deep that they just don't want to bring it up. This weekend will be a safe place and a safe time for them to be able to do that. And what goes on in that house stays in that house. So they'll be amongst people that are like themselves.
and is this just for moms?
Right now, I'm opening it up to, I really wanted it to be for Black women,
Mhm,
especially Black single moms,
mhm,
which is a very specific niche,
mhm,
but I am finding that they're just not always ready or receptive to really talk and let themselves go like that because unfortunately in a Black society, we've been so trained to just be that strong Black woman.
mhm.
Just deal with it, be that strong Black woman. So
And what I'm
trying to,
learning a
yeah,
lot is that it is strong and selfless to take care of yourself.
it is. Sometimes it's stronger to admit
Mm,
that you need to step back and take care of yourself or that you need help. There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. And unfortunately, we have been taught that there is something wrong with that, that you're weak. And that's not the case. But that takes a lot of work to undo all those years of being taught that. having that drilled into you, especially from childhood.
This is amazing that you're offering that safe space, that sacred space.
Yeah, that's what, and so we'll have group sessions on that, but we're also gonna do some fun stuff. I don't wanna
Ooh.
I don't wanna give it away, but, some of the things I really have planned will be, like a you know how they do a sip and paint? Well, we're gonna do a sip and color because adult coloring is really, really big when it comes to just stress and anxiety and
Yeah.
relaxation, and a lot of people don't realize that. So we'll have that kind of session. We're gonna do a soul train line, um, maybe like a create your own uh, Sunday or something like that. Just fun stuff. Getting back
Yeah.
to just having fun, no matter how silly it is, because you're not gonna have anybody there judging that.
Mhm.
We're gonna be there and we're gonna do whatever it is we wanna do that makes us feel good. That's what I
Parents who are watching right now, I want you to kind of just think to yourself and maybe jot it down. Like, what do you like to do for fun? And
fun,
I do
yes.
find it's interesting that when you ask people this, especially people who are raising kids with, high needs, neurodiversities, they might often forget
Uh-huh.
what it
What they
is
did.
yeah.
Yep,
So,
yep.
like fun, like I don't remember the last time I had fun. Like
Mhm.
so think back to your childhood. What did you like to do as a child? Did you like to color? Did you like to skip or dance or sing or play
Skate,
baseball?
any
Yeah.
of that. Mhm.
Yeah. And if we can bring in little pockets of fun into our life, some joy, some pleasure, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
That's a place where it's much more fun to parent from,
Yes,
right?
right, right, and that's what I wanna offer them. I wanna
Mm.
offer them to get back to that fun for themselves
Mhm.
while we still have our groups and sessions. Who said it has to be just all humdrum and boring? We're gonna get into the meat if they want to. I'm not pushing. I want them to go at whatever pace they're comfortable with. But we definitely gotta incorporate some fun in there because, they don't seem to allow it on the job. So you gotta have it somewhere. You've got to. So
Now, if you could go back in time and speak to a younger version of yourself, what advice would you give yourself?
don't believe everything that you hear as far as people labeling you because they really don't understand what they're seeing. Believe in yourself more. Know that you're a good person, you have a good heart, even if people don't see you as being smart or critical thinking or all those things that you're supposed to be able to do on the job or whatever. You're a good person, you're a good heart, and God knows your heart. God judges your heart. He doesn't judge what you do on the job, He doesn't
Mhm.
judge your position in society. He doesn't judge your age, your color, any of that. He judges your heart, and I know I have a good heart. I try, whether people think so or not, whether they see it or not. I know what I'm doing,
I
and
love,
God knows too. That's all that really matters. That's all
I
that
love
really
that.
matters.
I love that. Believe in yourself. Mhm. LaShawn, this has been a lovely conversation. Thank you so much. And you
Thank
are
you.
offering a gift to everybody in the audience who would like to reach out to you, a free 30-minute session.
Yes.
So your Calendly link will be shared in the email so people can just click on that link and book a time to chat with you. What would that look like for them? What would the 30 minutes be like?
The 30 minutes from the sessions that I've done before, they're just kind of feeling it out as far as, like, what can she do for me? What can I talk about her? How can I relate to her? How's she going to know? And it's usually we have that connection because one, we're single moms or we're Black single moms.
Mhm.
we have ADHD children, which means most of the time we also have ADHD. We just don't realize it.
Mhm.
Because I've had sessions with moms who say, "Oh, yeah, no, I don't have ADHD." I'm like, I bet you do. I bet you do. You just don't realize it. No, well, no, I'm an exec and I'm a supervisor at the job. And then, yeah, I don't have ADHD. I'm just busy. Okay, yeah. Do some research, or we can do some research together. I can bring you some facts and you'll start to see, oh, wow, yeah. Oh, yeah, I do that. Yeah. Okay, maybe so. And that's what I do in my YouTube videos. I give them information of different signs and symptoms of what they may see with ADHD and executive function skills, because that's basically what they're seeing as a
Mhm.
deficiency in our executive function skills. And if they're seeing these deficiencies or lack of on a regular basis, then go do your research, go get it checked. There's no shame in having a professional assessment. If you don't know what you're dealing with, how are you going to improve? I hate saying fixed because we're not broken. We just need to strengthen our executive function skills. That makes a huge difference in the symptoms that you'll start to see.
Yeah. I love how Dr. Hallowell explains ADHD as having
Yes,
a
I
race
love him.
car
A race car
engine.
brain with bicycle brakes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Uh-huh.
want to strengthen those brakes.
Yes, yes. And I even hear some people say that having ADHD brain is like having all the channels on the TV, but
Mhm.
somebody else has the remote.
Mm. Mhm. So if you learn some skills, you can grab that remote back and take control.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So you have a YouTube channel. Where can people find you
Yes.
on YouTube?
They can find me on most social media as the ADHD cutie
Mhm.
or lifting our Black ADHD voices. But usually it'll come up as ADHD cutie or Apslashawn Fair.
Okay. So on Facebook, LaShawn Fairley.
Facebook is Apslashawn Fairly or no. Let's see, I should know these links, but I don't offhand. No, Facebook is ADHD Cutie. YouTube is ADHD Cutie. LinkedIn is LaShawn Fairley. Let's see what else. Instagram.
Okay.
I believe that's LaShawn Fairley. But like I said, if they Google ADHD Cutie, they'll all come up. They'll all
Okay.
come up. And then within each page, I've put links for the other pages, so
Beautiful.
they'll find
Beautiful.
it. Mhm.
Thank you. So I hope that you take advantage and reach out to LaShawn, book a 30-minute session with her, check out her YouTube videos. If you could leave parents with just a final message, what would it be?
I would say go easy on yourself.
Mhm.
Give yourself permission to not be okay.
Mhm.
When you see your child and it looks like they're acting up or it looks like they're misbehaving, or even when they're getting these reports in school that they're not doing whatever, think back to when you were a child. And also remember that they are ADHD. So the teachers are not understanding what they're seeing. You, as mom, have to do all the research that you can so you do know and understand what you're seeing. Because you right now have to be their advocate. The kids don't understand what's going on in their brains or in their bodies. So you as the parent have to be the advocate to fight for them, but also teach them as you're going along how to fight for themselves. Because once they get to high school, parents don't pretty much count. They just want to hear from the kid. But the kid is old enough at that time to tell you what's going on with their bodies, how their brains feel when they can't just be still or when there's just so much in their heads and they don't know what to do with that. Imagine feeling that as a kid, like in kindergarten. Kindergartens have no idea what to do with all that excess energy and their brains just going all over the place. They have no idea. So they're going to be impulsive and busybodies and just, and yeah, I know everybody says, oh, yeah, all kindergartens are like that. Okay, we're talking about amped up 3 times higher. There's a huge difference, huge difference. Learn all you can so you can teach your children. That's what it's really about. Understanding, awareness. But it's like on the planes or in the cruise ships. If you don't put on your life vest first,
Mhm.
how are you going to help your own children? They need you. You right now are their greatest asset by being their advocate, but you've got to be your own advocate first.
Such an important message. You need to take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Mhm. Because you are a human and you are important and valuable, and you will be a much better parent if you take care of
Yes.
yourself first.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I hear so many parents. I even see parents out here and they're just going nuts because their kids are just so active and off the walls. And I'm like, I bet you that's ADHD. I bet you they're ADHD. And the mom is like, I just need a minute. I just need a minute for her to just stop. She just doesn't stop. And it's just too much. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that awareness and the education is
Mm-hmm.
so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. LaShawn, there's a saying in the ADHD village, find your people and love them hard. And I am truly thankful that I have found you. Thank you so much for your time and your
Thank you.
expertise. And parents, thank you so much for joining LaShawn and I today. I'd love for you to comment in the ADHD Village under LaShawn's thread and let us know what your biggest aha moment during this conversation was and what will your next steps be. Maybe you'll be reaching out to LaShawn for a 30-minute session, or maybe you're going to reach out to her and ask her about the retreat she's planning in
Yes.
February in Florida. So let us
Yeah.
know in the ADHD Village Facebook group. Thank you so much, LaShawn. Parents, sending you all lots of love.